Hello everyone. Today I'm making a video about a question that I get a lot in the comment section, and also I get messages from Instagram. People asking me, "Oh, what if I don't have a visa? Can I work in Australia? What if I pass my AMC1? How can I come to Australia and how can I work in Australia if I never been to Australia and I never worked in Australia?" So the question is it possible to secure a job offer from overseas? So the answer is yes. I worked with IMGs who never been to Australia, who never had a visa for Australia, who never visited Australia. They passed their AMC1. They applied for jobs. They consistently applied for jobs for over a period of time, most of them more than 6 months, I would say. They got an interview, they got a job offer, and then the hospital sponsor you for the visa. So you need to pass the AMC1, which is the minimum requirement. Sorry. So it's AMC1, and then you apply. And then once you get the interview, if you pass the interview, the hospital will sponsor you for a working visa. So that will be the pattern, and that will be the way to do it, sponsor or working visa. So you don't have to worry if you are overseas, there is a way to come to Australia, and that's just applying for jobs, and then you get sponsored for a working visa. The other question, is it easy? No. So it's not easy to get a job from overseas, and that's the reality. If you are inside Australia and onshore, you have much higher chances to get a job. So I do recommend everyone who is already in Australia and has working rights and already here, they have great chances to get a job. Apply. You may still need to make around 100 applications, but you will get a job definitely at some point. So I have seen that people who are living in Australia, they really are more preferenced in their job applications. If you are overseas, of course, you are less preferred, but you still have a chance to get a job. So it's not black and white. You still have a chance if you are overseas. And sometimes if you are onshore and you are living in Australia and you have working rights, but your CV is not good, your cover letter is not good, and someone from overseas has a better cover letter and better CV and a better experience, they will hire that someone from overseas. So it's not always, or if you are in Australia, you will get a job quickly. But in general, they would prefer someone who's already in Australia. And there are so many IMGs as well already in Australia. So if you are overseas and you're trying to get a job in Australia, I just want to make sure, and I just want to make sure that you are aware that you have, and you only have AMC1, that you are competing with thousands of other doctors from their own country as well who have AMC1. You are competing with thousands of doctors who are in Australia who also have AMC1, and you are competing for the same job position from all those doctors who come from UK, Canada, USA, because they come through the competence pathway. So it's not easy. That's the reality. But it's not impossible as well, because I have literally seen people who were hired from their home country and they came to Australia. And I have seen just recently, 2 months ago, one of my colleagues in work, he was hired from Brazil directly and came to work in Australia. So is it possible? I have seen it. I have seen people from all countries being hired directly. So from India, from Pakistan, from I have seen someone from Bangladesh. I also seen someone from Brazil, and then from Europe. There are a lot of people from Europe that get hired directly. But as I say again, it's competitive. I'm not sure what's the numbers and what's the percentage of people applying and people getting a job. I imagine that from thousands of people applying, maybe a couple will get a job, but you never know if you are that lucky one and you may get it. So that's why I say apply always. And you never know if the hospital is really desperate to hire someone, they will hire you. It's easier to get a job from overseas if you have good experience. So if you have good working experience and you can come here as a registrar, that you give you higher chances to get selected as well. So RMO level, chances, but if you are a registrar with very good experience, you have much, much higher chances to get selected directly from your country. So if you have been working in internal medicine for 4 or 5 years, apply to registrar positions. If you have been working in emergency department for 4 or 5 years and you're confident, apply to registrar positions. It's easier to come to Australia as a registrar position from overseas, but anything can happen. So just keep applying. So I'm someone who is a bit of OCD planner, so I plan everything. So if I were you and I were overseas, how would I plan my time? So I would pass my AMC1 first. I will always pass my AMC1 in my home country if possible. Apply for jobs. I will give my job applications about 1 year to 1.5 years and see if I get something. And at the same time, I will keep preparing for AMC2. If I have been applying with a good CV and a good cover letter for 1.5 years and I haven't got anything, I would think about coming to Australia to try to apply from Australia. Which options do you have, guys? So you have a tourist visa. I know someone who secured a job offer being on a tourist visa, and then the hospital sponsor them for working visa. So it doesn't matter. But at least in your cover letters, in your interviews, you can say you are already in Australia, which is a huge benefit. I know someone who came with a student visa. So I know a doctor who came to Australia with a student visa. The student visa was for a master's degrees in something not related to healthcare. So it was like a business something. Did the AMC exams, got a job, and then the student visa was transferred to a working visa. So that's another option. It's a very expensive. This one, I think this one was the most expensive process because you have to pay the fees for the master, you have to pay your accommodation, you have to pay everything yourself. You can do some jobs which are not related to healthcare to pay your expenses, but it gives you the big plus of being in Australia. Some countries like Spain and some other European countries and some South American countries have the option of working holiday visa. So I think this visa is not available for India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka. I think this visa is available for European, some South American countries, America and Canada as well. So this visa gives us the right to live in Australia for 12 months and work as well. So it's like a working holiday visa. And I know so many people who came to Australia with working holiday visa, very common in South American to do it, come with a working holiday visa and then get a job and then change it. And then, of course, if you already going to marry or going to have a partner who can come to Australia, so if you're in a relationship and you have two different fields, like let's say someone is working accountant and a doctor, if your partner can get a job in Australia and come to Australia sponsored, then he can sponsor you as a partner, or the other way around. If she can come to Australia and get a job in Australia as an accountant, then she can sponsor you as well, and you come as a partner visa, which has full working rights and you can work perfectly in Australia. So these are the ways to come to Australia, but I would try these things after I would have applied, for 1 year, 1.5 years, and of course keep working, because the big problem, if you don't keep working and if you directly jump from here to here, you have less clinical experience, you have a big gap in your practice, and you are less preferred for jobs as well. So accumulate a little bit of experience in your country and then keep applying from your country. And if you see that it's not working, keep saving money because it's very expensive to come to Australia, and then think about the move to come to Australia. And I think that will be a very good plan in the future. So always keep in mind that the process is very long and very expensive, and it needs a good long-term planning. So that would be my own personal view and how I would have planned it. Feel free to, disagree, have other points of views. There are different ways to approach this, but I think this way will make you secure a job at some point, maybe not in your home country, maybe in your home country, maybe after you come to Australia, or maybe not after coming to Australia. I know people who came with a student visa and couldn't secure a job either. And I believe that was because of not good CV, not good cover letter, not very aggressively approaching the job application. You have to be very aggressive when you apply everywhere, contact everywhere. Even if you have been rejected, apply again. Even if the same hospital, just apply. If there is another opening job, just apply again. Uh, and that's it. I hope this video clarify a lot of questions about, can we come without a visa? How can we do it? How can we work? And see you soon in my next videos as well. Thank you.